Hey everyone, it's that Math Magician, and on this video, we're going to talk about how we can take a linear equation from standard form to graphing form, what we call y equals mx plus b. Now we like y equals mx plus b because it's very easy for us to see what the slope of the equation is and what the y-intercept is. And when we have those two pieces, we're then able to graph it very quickly. But what happens when we're given an equation that looks like this? Negative 6x plus 2y equals 10. Now this is a linear equation, but it's definitely not in the form that we like, y equals mx plus b. Instead, it's in the form that we call standard form. Now what we want to do when we're given an equation like this is that we want to move around some terms and get it so it's in y equals mx plus b. What we want to do is we want to isolate the y. I'm going to write that out right here. We want to isolate the y. Now isolate is just a fancy way of saying we want to get the y by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change how my y looks. Instead of drawing it black, I'm going to label it with a blue y so we can see we want that term by itself. So all we need to do now is get everything on the left side of this equal sign over to the right side except the y. So the first step we would want to do is, I see that we have minus 6x here. So what I could do is I could add 6x on both sides. And when I do that, what ends up happening is that these 6x's on the left side cancel. So then I'm just left with my 2y. Now be careful. The biggest mistake I often see students make when they have 10 plus 6x, they quickly write 16x. I want you to think back to our algebra tile videos and realize that the 10 unit tiles and the 6x tiles, they can't be combined to create 16x. Because they're different terms, all we can really do is just write them out together. And so we can just write it out as 6x plus 10. Now if you wanted to, you could write it as 10 plus 6x, but again, I'm trying to get over here to mx plus b form, and normally we write the x term first. That's why I wrote my x term there first. Now our last step is that I'm so close to having y by itself, but right now I have this 2 multiplying it out in front. So to get y by itself, all I need to do is divide both sides by 2. And by doing that, the 2's on the left cancel, and now I'm just left with my y on the left side. Now you need to be careful here. When we're dividing the right side by 2, every term here is going to need to be divided by 2. So let's focus on first the 6x divided by 2. Well, 6x divided by 2, that will turn into 3x. Now let's look at the other term that's on the right side. That is the 10 and the 2. And 10 divided by 2 creates a plus 5. So what we've done is we've taken our original equation that was in standard form, and all we really did was just move the other terms to the right side. So now that I have it in y equals mx plus b form. We didn't change the equation at all. The values aren't changing. Just the way it looks has changed. So now I can quickly tell the reader what my m equals, what my slope equals, and what my y-intercept equals. It's very easy to see here that m is going to be 3 and b is going to be 5. Something that I don't think was quite as clear when we started off with our original equation. Okay, that's the benefit of isolating the y, is that now we can quickly graph this equation out. Alright guys, it's that Math Magician, and I'll see you on the next video.